So our last example, still adding a little bit of complexity. Now we're going to include a shift, horizontal shift to the graph. So we've got this. So this is our function. So first thing you want to do is just have theta here and minus or plus something. So we're going to factor the 2 that's in front of theta. Okay, now this way this is going to be responsible for a horizontal shift. Shift of pi over 4 to the right. This is going to be a vertical shift of 1 up. This is going to be responsible for a horizontal compression or stretch. If you remember, because it's above 1, it's a compression of a half. And this is a vertical stretch. So this is horizontal compression, of course. And this is vertical stretch of 2. So the amplitude will be 2. So the absolute value of it, but it's already positive. So we've got pretty much everything we need. So here we go. So we started with sine. So sine, let's draw a full cycle. 1 minus 1 goes like that. Okay, this is sine. Sine theta. And then we can maybe compress it. So sine 2 theta, we compress it. So now its period is pi and not 2 pi anymore. So this is pi over 4 right there. Then we can shift it. So replacing theta by theta minus pi over 4. So now we shift it to the right. So by pi over 4, since we're shifting to the right, maybe we can add like the part of the function over here. So this is minus pi over 4. So this point is going to go there. So we see we're going to start at minus 1. Okay, this point is going to go there. So we're going to get a value of 0 at pi over 4, and so on. So I'll put pi over 2, 3 pi over 4, and finally pi. So at pi over 4 we're at 0. At pi over 2 is what we get by shifting this point here. So we're at 1. Then back at 0, and finally back at minus 1. So this is by shifting this point by pi over 4. So we're going to get this. Here we go. And then it would keep on going like this afterwards. Okay, so this is y equals, well, I wrote it down, like sine of 2 theta pi minus pi over 4. And finally we're going to stretch it by 2. So that's going to change the amplitude only. So instead of going from minus 1 to 1, it goes from minus 2 to 2. So we start here. Let's say this is pi. We end here at pi over 2. We're at 2. In between, we're at 0. There we go. So one period again, and finally, so this is y equals 2 sine 2 theta minus pi over 4. And finally, we're going to shift it up by 1. Shift it up. So now the range is going to change, right? So we're going to be between -1 and 3. So we're going to be here. Let's say this is pi here, pi over 2, 3 pi over 4, pi over 4. And we're going to be, okay, let's be careful here. So this point here is, this is pi over 4, 0. This is this point here. This is pi over 2, 2. This is 3 pi over 4, 0. And this is pi minus 2. And this is 0 minus 2. So we need to increase the y values by 1. So at pi over 4, we're now at 1. So 2, 1. So here. At pi over 2, we're at 3. Then back at 1 and back at -1. So it would go up like that and back down like this. Okay, and then it would repeat itself. Okay. So on and so on. Okay, so the period is pi now. And that's the most complex example I'll ask you to be able to graph.